Hi, and welcome to the 20th episode of KANGA CRYPTO News. Today's episode will have a slightly different format because we have Simon here with us today, who is actually going to be the new presenter replacing me, starting with the next episode. Hi, Simon, how are you feeling?
Hello. I'm pretty good actually, and I'm super happy to be here, and I hope we're gonna make great work together.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Before we get started, remember that all the information gathered for KANGA CRYPTO News are collected by experienced analytics from KANGA and based on reliable sources from the internet. At the same time, however, those are not investment advice. And so, if you like what we're doing, please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and click the bell button so that you won't miss out on anything. Today, we're going to be talking about the huge declines that have taken place over the recent days. Also, we're going to be discussing the unfavorable market situation in the USA, as well as Trump's words about repaying public debt with Bitcoin. Then we're going to move on to the crisis in the Japanese markets, and also about Russia legalizing cryptocurrencies and discussing whether it is a way for them to be bypassing sanctions. All right, so if we're ready, then let's get started.
Yeah, let's go.
And Simon, so could you just maybe first broad strokes tell us what's going on in the crypto world right now?
The things that were happening last week, cannot go unnoticed. So probably if you're an investor or just a fan of financial economy, etc., you saw what happened. $510 billion wiped out of the market capitalization, causing a huge drama on the markets, and just Bitcoin itself went down 20%, Ethereum around 25, 28, I'm not sure about the numbers, let's see, 28% past week, and poor Solana, we are talking about 30.6% since July 30. So what's causing this? That's a big question. Not a good information from the US stock markets, because companies like Intel, Microsoft actually had a huge drop down, and this is unbelievable because they actually behaved like meme coins, which is kind of like unexpected. And also there are also whispers about Mt. Gox and US government moving around the creditors' Bitcoin around, so it's not a good thing for the markets. And macroeconomic factors like Japan interest rate hike and increased tensions in the Middle East aren't helping. So I guess based on what I said, and we can see the greed index, people are afraid, and I have no doubts that not a lot of people actually expected what happened. That's why we are in this situation, talking about some news, but not very positive.
All right, and it seems like we cannot go without discussing Trump in any of those episodes. So what happened this time? What did he say? What do you think is going to be the aftermath of this?
Okay, so I'm an observer of the situation in the United States. We are talking about the election time right now, so all the news about cryptocurrencies can spike the voters for certain side of this.
Definitely.
So we need to take this into consideration. I saw the Bitcoin conference when Trump surprised everyone and just appeared on the scene, and we're talking about the positive impact of cryptocurrencies. I cannot really think it through if it's the right thing or bad thing. Obviously we need to think about this as a political also. But what he said after all on the news in the Fox station is that he would like to pay off the debt with Bitcoin, and we're talking about huge debt because it's about, let me be right about it, it's $35 trillion national debt. It's
It keeps on increasing, right?
Exactly, and it's crazy. Let's put that into perspective. What is happening in 100 days right now, about adding $1 trillion to its debt, which is pretty alarming. It was happening in decades, and now it's happening like every quarter. So I mean, this is not a good thing. But yeah, but you might be asking, what happens after if it's a good thing that he is actually trying to sell to the debt? We need to wait, because those are just words at this very moment. But obviously, like, it's a good thing to pay off the debt of the United States, to increase the power of dollar, because obviously they would like to take care of the economy in the United States. I mean, it's a good thing, positive thing. And even let's say the senator from Wyoming actually wrote. Let me see that. Yeah, like he created a bill, a strategic Bitcoin reserve in the United States, and the plan is for the U.S. Treasury to acquire 5% of Bitcoin's total supplies as a safeguard against the dollar's devaluation. So I mean, huge news, but we will see. Like we cannot be sure about that. You know, it might be political. It certainly is good for crypto anyway, because we are getting the exposure for the cryptocurrency, so it's a good thing for the market. But yeah, but this is what is happening.
Definitely seeming more and more legitimate if the US is talking about buying so much of it, right?
Exactly. Good thing about stocking. Let's see if they're gonna be doing it.
Okay, yes, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
And maybe staying on the topic of the United States, could we comment a little bit about the stock market in there? What was happening there in the recent days?
Yeah. So there were some news coming in, because the US actually added, let me think about it, it was 114,000 jobs, which was less than expected. That's why the employment spiked.
So we're talking about the unemployment rates, right?
Exactly, yeah. We were talking, and like the expected was around 4.1, but actually it happened that it spiked to 4.3. So it's not good for the economy. Also, on the top of it, people are feared that it might cause also the recession. So I mean, that's why we saw this, as I mentioned, Microsoft, Intel just dropped like stone in the water. And it's not good for the market. Just like, I mean, let's talk about numbers. The Nasdaq dropped by 6.5%, the Dow Jones 2.6%, and the S&P by 3%. I mean, wow. That's a lot of drop, right?
And in terms of sentiment, it's also pretty bad. I have some statistics here saying that 3 out of 5 Americans are thinking that the US is in a recession right now.
There we go.
Definitely the sentiment is super negative currently.
Yeah. And on top of that, what you mentioned about the fear from the people, it also, like, they feel like the AI, the stocks, the tech stocks are overvalued. So that means that there is a fear of them dropping even more. So, but we will see. I mean, right now we are still in a little bit of bounce. Obviously, after a huge crash, we're gonna see this, but we will need to wait how it's gonna be in the future.
All right, so we've discussed the markets in the US, and now I would want us to move on to the Japanese markets. And they have also been seeing really huge declines lately. It's been compared to 1987 and the Black Monday. So what would you say? Is it an accurate comparison? Is it really that bad? And also, why did that happen?
I mean, it is bad. I mean, a huge drop down. I mean, we are talking about 20.6%. And the thing is that even according to people in Japan, I saw the video of the guy who was driving Uber or taxi, and the passenger actually was recording him, and he was looking at the phone, and everything was red. So it was an unbelievable situation from Japanese, because they didn't expect that there would be an increase in the interest rates by 0.25. So that's why the drop down was huge, and obviously, like after market crash, they actually got back. The market spiked right after on Monday.
How about the currency? How is the yen situation?
Yeah, so during the crash, obviously, like Japanese were trying to find like a safe spot, so that they put all of the money into yen. So that's why we saw like we saw a spike in yen, but then there was a drop in dollars. I mean, so obviously drop in dollars impacted actually the US market. So what we were talking about.
Sure.
So everything is actually connected with each other, and this is a good example of it.
All right. So maybe last thing that I would want us to discuss today, and now it would be about Russia and about them legalizing cryptocurrencies and international payments in cryptocurrencies. So what would you say about that? And does it mean that they are trying to bypass sanctions, or what are you trying to do and achieve with that?
You pretty much answered, but yeah, based on the information, I'm pretty sure that they're actually trying to bypass the sanctions. I mean, they cannot really do international trading, so the U.S. sanctions are pretty tough on them. So they are looking for a money transfer, and that's why they back in the day they didn't want people to actually use cryptocurrency, etc. But now they saw the opportunity to actually move a lot of money, and this is what was happening, and it is happening with Iran also and North Korea. They try to bypass the international sanctions and trades in general, and they are even thinking about the digital ruble. So we're talking about CBDC. But CBDC, what's the difference between CBDC and the cryptocurrency is that CBDC are central governed. So they would anyway, like what I mean about saying that is that they would see and they would own the processes of transacting the money. So it's not really what crypto stands about. But anyway, people will have also accesses to cryptocurrencies.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
All right, so that's all the news that we've prepared for today. Thank you very much, Shimon. How did you feel recording today?
I felt pretty good. I love cryptocurrency. I love what's happening on the market, and the more people are aware of it, the happy I am. And obviously Kanga, right? So yeah, it was pretty good, and it was nice being in the camera with you, and thank you.
Well, then all the best of luck. You guys are going to be seeing a lot more of Simon, and more is coming soon. So thank you very much. Remember to leave us a sub, to give us a thumbs up, to also click the bell button again so that you're not going to miss out on anything. Thank you for today, and bye.
Take care, guys.
We are Kanga, beyond crypto.